Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Wrong series. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. EA was releasing Star Wars games. While most of their Star Wars games have been forcing microtransactions on the consumer, EA sneakily released a great Star Wars game in the latter half of 2020. While it got a good amount of press at release, the hype died down quickly, but it is still a very well-made and fun game. So join me today as we look at one of 2020's most underrated games, Star Wars Squadrons. But before we begin this video, I just have a quick favor to ask. So about 98% of my viewers are not subscribed, and that's not cool. So if you would consider subscribing, it would make my day. It's very simple. You just hit the button, maybe even consider ringing the notification bell so you get notified every Tuesday when I upload, and that's it. Star Wars Squadrons is the definitive Star Wars game for those who want to fly an X-Wing or TIE Fighter. Initially, I thought this game would just be $40 for the exact same space combat from Battlefront 2, but I was wrong. Star Wars Squadrons has a few modes to play, including 5v5 dogfights, massive fleet battles, and a short but action-packed story. Squadrons has some awesome mechanics that set it apart from the past Star Wars fighter modes in other Star Wars games. The controls are more advanced from other Star Wars games featuring ships. You have to control your throttle and your yaw. In Battlefront, it's just turn and shoot. You customize your loadout for each of the 10 ships in the game, 5 New Republic ships and 5 Empire ships, and enter battle into the modes I mentioned earlier. While some find the first-person perspective to be limiting, it adds a vibe to this game that you don't really get from other Star Wars games. It makes you feel like you are the ace pilot. And you can customize the cockpit to your liking. Here you can see my Grogu bobblehead and crate crystal dangling from my favorite ship, the X-Wing. The game plays great, but some ships can be overpowered, but each feels different from the rest. And all of them make you feel like Poe Dameron or unnamed Imperial Pilot number 9. The story is okay at best, but most campaigns in games like this are not revolutionary pieces of work. We follow the New Republic's Vanguard Squadron and the Empire's Titan Squad as they face off against each other. You create a pilot for both sides from the preset designs, but with the uniforms being customizable. You then partake in missions as they come, and you can explore the large ships your X-Wing or TIE Fighter are docked in. I say explore, but it's more of the camera being moved to set spots in the hangar and bridge of the ship, which is very limiting and ruins the first-person immersion, but that's just my opinion. As I said, the story is okay, it's longer than I expected and better than I expected, but you won't get too invested in it. The main draw of Squadrons is the multiplayer action. This is when customization matters, this is when your loadout is actually important, and this is when the opponents are all way better than you and kill you every 10 seconds. Even though many players are pretty high levels, somehow Squadrons still feels balanced. Some players are ace pilots that dart and dash all over multiplayer maps, but they are still killable. And even if it's the only kill you get compared to their 25, it still feels good and makes you want to keep playing the game. The 5v5 dogfights can be action-packed all the time. Whether it's swooping in and saving another teammate or rushing the spawn of your enemy, the games feel intense and exciting. But fleet battles are on another level. You are getting rushed by your enemy and you zoom around trying to take out capital ships of your opponents. And it makes for an experience that makes you feel like Luke Skywalker or unnamed Imperial Pilot number 7. Matchmaking can take a while at times, but if you find a good lobby, it's worth staying in. and continually battling the players in there with you, and it creates a fun narrative of having good teammates and fierce rivals you continually work with or fight against. I think Squadrons was really underappreciated in 2020. It came out towards the end of the last console generation and became overshadowed by other late releases. If you like Star Wars or have a pilot joystick that works for all of 3 games, it's worth trying out. Motive Studios made a fantastic game, and they deserve a ton of credit that they haven't really received. So, consider picking up Star Wars Squadrons. It truly is an underrated gem from the end of the last generation of video games. Also, it has Nick Fury's Shriv,